G'day. The music in here in the background is everybody's generators running to charge up their batteries. It's the time of the year, it's Victoria, it's just the end of autumn, and there's a little bit brisky in the air. Now in this video I want to talk to you all about my dream caravan. And you know, I just looked over the video. Looks like I haven't got a lot of aspirations, but I do know what I think would be a great caravan. So buckle down and just see whether you agree with me. If there's some major things I missed out, please pop them in the comments below. And if you think that that's not a bad caravan, maybe we could sit down and nut it out. Anywho, let's go. Okay, let's talk about the Perfect Caravan now. I'm going to use my caravan as a bit of a base, so the things I think would be fantastic. It'd be great if it was new. I would definitely recommend having on the Perfect Caravan would be have a hot water service like this. Now the advantage of this particular one is the fact that the other older one, you actually had to take the cover off when you turn the hot water on, whereas this one it's already designed so you don't have to do that. So that's one thing that'd be worth having. Now for the connections, I don't know whether this is totally possible, but obviously all caravans are going to have your 240 volt plug in there, and quite a lot of them have got the little TV aerial. Now what would be great would be to have one that takes like a little, you could connect your Starlink straight into the wall here, and then from the inside the van you could work out, so that would be a good connection. The other good connection would be the other type of system where you have the big pole up and the Momo aerial. With that system again, that would be great to run the wire out maybe into the back of the caravan, because that's where the antenna is. Have that going into there, and then from inside the van you could then plug your wires. But at the moment, both the Starlink and the Momo system, you've actually got to have it either drill a hole somewhere in the floor of the caravan or run it in through the back door and close the door on the cable and all sorts of dramas. So good spots for plugging in would be good. Other thing is, something mine doesn't have, I don't know what they were thinking when they made my caravan, but there is no 240 volt plugs on the inside. There's no 240 volts on this whole driver's side. So yeah, they saved a bit of money and maybe the caravan was a little bit cheaper, but what's the point if you can't plug in all your 240s? And consequently they didn't have any USBs or cigarette lighters. So if in the Perfect Caravan, on the inside I would have 240 volt plugs both sides, I'd have cigarette lighters both sides, and I'd have USBs, not just USBs, I have the USB fast ones, so that when you're charging your phone, you plug it into the bigger one, I think it's 2.5 amps, and that charges your phone a whole lot quicker. That's only the newer smartphones, but that would be really handy. So let's keep walking down here. Oh, while I'm here, the wheels. Regarding the wheels, I'd have as big as possible and have this high up so that you're off-road, you could do some serious off-road. The newer ones, more expensive ones, caravans, they've got the big wheels and they've got the they're raised up higher. And also I would have the best suspension you can have on the van. Now apparently there's a couple of types. You can have airbags, you can have quite, you know, double either side on your shockers that are controlled by all sorts of sexy stuff. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. The more of those on the van, the better. Gives you a better ride, and have a feeling there might be ones that you can press a button and it can lower the van or raise the van accordingly. Now that would be handy, because then when you're trying to have your car on the caravan level, flick of a switch, yep, that's perfect. And by the way, you wouldn't have someone yelling out, yeah, that's good. You'd actually have a little meter in here with telling you that you're perfectly in line with the car. Now regarding the stands, the corner stands for the caravans. The ones I really like are the ones where you pull it out and then it falls down and then you adjust it. And with a, you can either have a little rattle gun which you go and it raises or lowers the stand just to take not the weight but just to stabilise it on all corners. And the ones I like the most are these type. That type where you pull it out, drops down. The ones I don't like, might have been the year it came out, I'm not sure, but my rear ones are those type that drop down. So ideally I'd like 4 of the other type. Okay, regarding wheels, I would only personally have one wheel on the back, and it would be very important if you have a look here that the wheel is actually sitting up level with the back bumper bar. Initially it was designed, I thought a poor design, so it sat down lower, and what would happen was that when the caravan came out of the, coming over a bump, then it would scrape and it actually started to damage the wheel, so that was poor design. I'd love to have these, either water containers or diesel containers or a mix of both on either side of the caravan. Definitely have the caravan video camera on the back. I'd even think about having 2, because I have seen them where you can get dual. One actually films out the traffic coming forward toward you, and the other one actually drops down so you can actually see a little area here, which is quite handy. Let's keep going. This is the toilet in the section. So with the newer ones, so I would really like in my caravan a compostable toilet. So I'm not sure if you know about those, but they are just awesome. They are a game changer. So going from needing to change a well-used toilet, needing to change it every 3 or 4 days or less or more, with the compostable, apparently you only need to change them every 3 or 4 weeks. So imagine that. And it's not a gruesome effort when you're changing it, whereas, well, we all know going to the dump point is like going through a car accident trauma every time you do it. Doesn't matter who does it. Well, it's usually me. Oh, it's only me. It's not a great job. So yeah, inside here would be a compostable toilet. Now, I don't know whether you need that door. I guess you maybe don't need the door at all. Now, if you do have the old-fashioned one and you did sort of settle on that just to save a fair bit of money, then the other thing is, I think it's called an oggy or something. What happens is inside the little door here, you can fit, or you have to drill something here, and that then connects to basically like a little fan system. And that fan system basically keeps all the smells out here where it belongs rather than inside the caravan. So that's consideration, but I'd like to go with the new one. Regarding windows, I don't know much about them. I quite like my old-fashioned ones because even though they slide, sort of nothing can go wrong with all the, the pull-down wire, the pull-down covers and the mosquito pull-downs and all that sort of stuff. I have heard a fair few people saying that there's a little wire, like a fishing line, and when you pull it down enough times it ends up breaking and then take it back for warranty problems, and so I'm not quite sure about that. But I would like quite a big window, and I really like those ones in the caravans that almost looks as though you're serving chips out the window. That's the best way I'll describe it. It's the kind of windows I'd like. I think I might have mentioned it, but on this side, this is your 240 volt coming out, so everything running into the caravan can come out there and plug into your 240 volts. Here I would like a couple of cigarette lighters and maybe a couple of USB connectors, so that would be handy. On the side I would like 3 separate lights, and I would like them fairly well paced, but to cover the whole area, well thought out. So I'd have a nice one there, one in the middle and one at the end, and they'd have no wires dangling off it obviously, but then that would be switchable both on the inside and the outside, and when you turn it on you can have a choice of white, yellow or orange. mint, that'd be great. On the awning, on the other side, the bit that comes out where I've put in a clothesline, I thought about putting, when I had a boat, I actually got a real long LED light that was kind of sewn into the canvas of the thing on the boat, you know, the roof thing. So long said about a boat, I can't think what it's called. But the canopy that goes over on the boat, I had a really big bright light which I bought from J-Car. That was sewn in, and when you turned that on, it was instant daylight. And where I would have it, I have it on the little flap of the awning. So when you turned it on, the light would be coming here, wouldn't be facing out on people, wouldn't be annoying them. So that's kind of pretty much got that covered. What else can we talk about? Now on the drawbar, I'm just a little bit experimental about these. Apparently they've got a new type of gas cylinder which is called, it's basically fiberglass, and you can see the liquid, so as it's filling up and running down, you know exactly how much you've got rather than have a bit of a guess with these gas cylinders. So I'd have a couple of those if they're viable and if you can get them and if they're safe. I'd have them. What else would I have? I'd have the jockey wheel, I would have as a probably a remote control. So you press it and it would jack up the van and jack down the van, and also have it so it swings under. I can't show you because mine doesn't swing under, but if you know those jockey wheels that flip under like that and you can drive and they just sit on the side. And if it wasn't like that, I've seen the other type that sit in the middle, and as it's jacked up, then it's not in the road, it's never going to scrape, so that would be handy. I would convert whatever Caravan I had to have the, I think they're called hamlocks or something, that you have on the back of the car. And remember the little red ones I just put on so easily? They're beautiful. I'd have those. I'd almost definitely have a D35 again. I really like them. They're quite safe. I'd have a little tap on the drawbar. And I'm still not sure whether I would have a stone stomper or a rock tamer, or the other ones I quite like seem to be doing a pretty good job, and they're on almost every Caravan. And that's that one where it sits like the whole width of the Caravan, and sometimes it's split, but basically what you've got is it's just like a fine kind of mesh that covers the protection of this. The other thing I would like to get, and probably wouldn't come with Caravan, but I wouldn't mind getting, is you can get a, it's like a big, I don't know, like a big coat or big mat that sits over the entire front of the Caravan. You can it's either studded on, press studded, or it's zipped, and basically well, they might even call it a bra, because they call them bras on Porsches and stuff like that on the front. And we'd go up there and we'd just cover all your beautiful new Caravan, so you wouldn't get chips all over the place. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it for here. So you've got your twin gas there. You have a wood box there, not a generator box. I doubt you get a generator in there. Actually you might, but you might not get it out because of the weight. Another Caravan with the handle to pull yourself in on the left hand side. Not sure why they're doing that. It's a bit confusing when you're used to it being on the right hand side. Quite a few of them have the toilet on the opposite side. Now, in the most weird and bizarre situation, if you're on the loo and left the door open and someone said, knock knock, hi, you're all sprung. This is the same layout as mine. Wow, it looks so tidy. I've just come from a major caravan camping show, and thought I'd just have a bit of a look at the caravans that are available for sale at the moment. These are all brand new ones. The general price is around about $85,000, and obviously they go up. Lotus Caravans probably don't even start at that, so they're a little bit of above. And the cheaper ones, the Jaycos, you can probably get one for about $65,000. So you know, that's why there's a lot of Jaycos on the road. Quite a lot of them to give you a lot of bench space, which is great. I love that idea. So where your stove is, you close your stove with what's the same as mine, just a normal Perspex thing, heavy duty Perspex. Then on top of that, you close that with a piece of laminate. It means got a really nice bench top. The only trouble is when you open it, and the moment you start to close at about, I don't know, 5 or 10 degrees, if you let that go, that thing will slam down. And it's only a matter of a short period of time, it'll start damaging things, if not damage itself. One or two of the companies have actually got, what do they call them, those arms, the hydraulic arms on it. But even those are they put cheap ones on. Maybe they can be swapped over for a really good one. What you need to do is basically, it's like the drawers, the soft drawers that close like that. You need that big, heavy panel to come down and then slowly close by itself. That's the caravan designer. But all up, yeah, it was great fun. As usually they've got all sorts of, you know, the guys selling in bits and bobs, and they're the bits that I love the most. Anywho, that was the caravan show. Well, there you have it, my dream caravan machine. Just before I sign off, great news flash. I've just joined the club. So now I have a diesel heater in the caravan. So those last couple of months, which have been extremely cold in the caravan, they're all gone now. I've just got to get used to the little adjustments on the diesel heater, and I can live in luxury. Now, if you found the video useful, helpful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, now's a good opportunity. And if you think the video is worth sharing, that would be great. Until next time, this is Paul Wheel Drive, signing off.